It was summertime on the island of Sodor, and the Skarloey Railway was very busy as more people were coming to the railway. It was also really busy at the quarry, and Duncan hated it. All this extra work, it's a good thing our wheels haven't worn out. I agree with you there, Duncan, but it's not all that bad. And besides, sometimes we just have to put up with a bad situation and carry on with our work. Duncan was still grumbling when he returned to the sheds that night. Why can't the thing controller bring a new engine to help us? We could use another engine on our railway. Duncan, it is very important that we do this extra work. At this time of year, the demand for slate is always very high, and the thing controller says that he could not find another engine to help us. Pah, well maybe he should look harder. The next morning, all the engines went off to do their work, except for Peter Sam, as the thing controller had a special job for him. Today, you will take a group of explorers into the hills on the far side of the railway. Peter Sam was very excited, and he steamed away immediately. When he arrived at the platform, the men hopped into the carriage, and they set off. When they arrived at their destination, Peter Sam's driver and fireman had their lunch while the explorers scaled the steep hill. On the other side, they found an old engine shed. They went to investigate, and behind the shed, they found something that looked like an engine. Hello there, what's your name? I'm Smudger, and this used to be the Mid-Sodor Railway. How did you end up like this? When I first arrived here, I was a very rough rider along the rails, and I would constantly derail. When the manager had enough with me, he said he was going to make me useful at last by putting me at the back of the sheds and turning me into a generator. That's awful! Yeah, but I am very sorry for what I did back then, and I want to be a useful engine again. Well, you're in luck. The thing controller needs another engine, and I'm sure he'll be happy to restore you. Oh, thank you very much. When they arrived at Croven's Gate, they told the thing controller all about Smudger. I will send a recovery team first thing in the morning, and Smudger will be restored at the Sodor Steamworks. The thing controller was as good as his words. The workmen arrived the next morning to remove all the stumps around Smudger. Then, he was lifted onto Madge, and she took him to the Sodor Steamworks. When they arrived, Peter Sam was there to shunt Smudger inside. Hey Dookie, long time no see, am I right? It's good to see that you're alright, Smudger, but when you're restored and running again, I will keep a close eye on you. Gonna keep me in order like the old days, eh? You haven't changed one bit, Dookie, but it's good to see you again. And it's good to see another Mid-Sodor engine, but if you're gonna be working here, you're gonna have to prove yourself. And that's what Smudger did. Once he was restored, he was sent to work at the quarry. Smudger worked very hard. He made all of his deliveries on time, and he shunted the trucks carefully. After a few days, the thing controller was so pleased with him that he let Smudger take a few passenger trains. Is this your first time taking passengers? It is indeed. Well, you're doing a great job, Smudger. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Skarloey. I will. Smudger loves his new life on the Skarloey Railway, but he was most happy to be reunited with his old friends, and they were happy that Smudger was a different engine.